This is exactly how to set up your pickleball paddle to go pro in 2023. So as we know officially, pickleball is the fastest growing sport in the United States, going from 4 million players in 2022 to over 50 million players now in 2023. There's tournaments all over the country. Pickleball pros are making hundreds to thousands to millions of dollars in tournaments and sponsorships, and there's a lot of money to be won from regular players from around the country as well. And to best equip yourself to win those tournaments to get to the pro level, there's certain paddles and certain ways you want to set up your paddle to be able to win these matches and get to the next level. And this is a brand new Carbon 1X pickleball paddle. It's my preferred paddle of choice. I love the long handle. I love that it's thermoform, and I cannot get over how incredibly powerful the swing power of this paddle is. It's 123 without any extra weight, and it packs a powerful punch. You can also spin the ball like crazy. I already have a tennis forehand, and the top spin that I can put on is absolutely incredible as well. It is my preferred paddle of choice. It's a little bit more pricey, but for the people who really want to take their game to the next level, I think the Carbon 1X or 3X are the perfect two paddles to be able to do that. Not to mention that Carbon is one of the best, if not the best, paddle company in the game. I use the 16mm one. I like that the thicker core gives you less power, but this paddle's already so powerful. The 16mm core gives you the power of other paddles. Plus, I honestly think it's more. I've used a ton of different paddles, but it also gives you the spin that you need to be able to put the ball exactly where you want each and every single time. Now, I wanted to create this video to showcase exactly how to set up a paddle because there's an entire process that goes into setting up a paddle after you get rid of the wrapping paper. Let's get into it. Now, this is not an extremely time-consuming or tedious process, but there are a couple things that you're gonna need to buy to be able to get started. The first one, obviously, is the paddle. Again, I recommend the Carbon 1X, and you can see that it has the black carbon fiber overgrip that comes with it with the standard little plastic that sits on top to keep everything in check. And I honestly think this is a great paddle, not just for how good and recognizable the brand is, how good the paddle is, but the accessories as well. They have tons of different super cool bags that I can link down below. The paddle racer, they were the first one to come up with the paddle racer, which for the thermoform paddles, they were the first one to patent it, where all you have to do is wipe down the paddle and it cleans it up brand new every single time. But this one's brand new straight out of the box because I wanted to show exactly what I do when I set up a new paddle. And past the paddle itself, there's 3 different things that you're gonna need to set it up. I'll go through each of them real quick. I'll link them down below so you can grab them for yourself, and then we can get right into it. First one, overgrip. For my friends who are transitioning from tennis, you know how necessary overgrip is for people who have sweaty hands already like myself, or people who get sweaty hands as they play sports. These are essential to being able to level up your game to do professional level, or whatever level that you're looking to get to, whether it's 3-5, 4, 4-5, and so on. But the grip that comes with each pickleball paddle is good, but they're super thin to start. And over time, they tend to wear and tear. And what's cool about having the overgrips, especially the Yonex Super Grip synthetic overgrip that I use, is you can wrap the handle when you play, and it gives this like tackiness, stickiness, where you can grip the paddle a lot tighter and be able to swing a lot harder and more efficiently. It almost seems like you're playing with a new paddle each and every single time. It also makes the overgrip wider as well, so you have more squeezability of the handle to be able to get even more power out of it. Next, we have the high density lead tape. This adds more weight to the paddle to be able to increase your swing power, and I know for the individuals who think that would be unnecessary, after playing with lead tape on my other paddles for a month and a half now, I don't think I could play with a paddle that didn't have lead tape, as it would completely mess up my game and my ability to compete at the higher levels. But the problem that I ran into was I was putting too much weight on the paddle as I was playing. So I looked at the Ben John's videos. He used to do 3 on each side of the 1/4-inch lead tape, and then he made one this past 2 months ago where he put 2 on. I tried it for a month. I won a gold medal at a tournament in Hershey, Pennsylvania a week and a half ago, but I just felt like I wasn't able to win the hands battles at the net. So I went down to 1 piece of lead tape, and I found it was almost a perfect medium. There's a specific spot on the paddle you want to put the lead tape as well to get the most out of your swing and spin as well. And then finally is using electrical tape, and there's 2 reasons for doing this. First of all, it covers the edge guard of the paddle, so you'll be able to keep the paddle from scuffing on the outside on the head, so you can keep it looking and feeling as new as possible every single time you play. And on top of that, it's going to go directly over the lead tape, so it won't be shown while you're playing in matches as well. This one's more aesthetic. It's not necessary, but I like having it because it makes me feel better about going for dinks or digs where I know my paddle's gonna scuff onto the court, and I just don't like when my paddles don't look good. So let's start with the overgrip. It comes out in 2 big rolls here, and you can see that it's just a massive overgrip roll with the Yonex tape that go over it as well. So what you're gonna do is you unravel it, and there's going to be a good bit that you need to unravel. You can see the edge comes right here, so then we can pull that off. You should be able to get a clean piece here. And then we can just put the roll to the side, and it is a super easy process. You can see a little edge here, and there's obviously a peel off part for the one side where the entire thing is going to come off brand new, and that's the side that's going to go and stick onto it. So you want to take this off. Boom. So now we have the full on stickiness. And you want to find the little edge. So I like to find it on the paddle where it fits directly into the groove, and then you just kind of start going directly around the side. Now I'm a lefty, so I've always wrapped backwards, and it doesn't matter. You can do either or, whichever feels comfortable to you. It's all about finding what is most comfortable for you and your game. And as I'm wrapping, I like to go between a 1/2 and 3/4 overlap of the last wrap, because then that means that I can make it thicker. Like there's almost grooves, you can see. I try and go halfway to 3/4 each time, because then it makes the paddle grip thicker and it gives you more durability when you're holding the paddle as well. And again, don't get discouraged if you can't do this the first, second, third, even fourth time. I've been wrapping paddles for years because I came across from tennis, and I'm still not a pro at wrapping. I usually have people wrap my paddles for me, honestly. And then I like to go a little bit higher before I tear it off. I like to go a little bit higher because then it gives you a little bit more feel in the backhands of the paddle being a little bit longer, or like the handle being a little bit longer. There, and then you just wrap it around the outside. And our over grip is on. And there's gonna be a little bit of excess. That gets annoying to me. It doesn't bother some people. So I just kind of cut, boom. So it's funny because these are tennis over grips, the Yonex ones. And the tennis brand that I always used was Yonex. There are over grips ready to rock and roll. Next is the lead tape. I used to use 2 on each side, but now I use 1. You want to cut out 2 5-inch strips of the lead tape, and make sure that when you're done you wash your hands, because we are handling lead here. You also want to put the tape directly on the throat. So I put it like 1 inch from the bottom of the handle, so around right there on the throat. Look at that, that's all there is to it. And then you always want to press down on the sides just to make sure that it sticks on there fully on both sides. There we go. All right, so then we're already halfway done with the lead tape. Same thing for the other side, and we're all lined up and ready to rock and roll. All right, and then final thing, again, is just an aesthetic, but I love doing it. I think it's super cool, is the electrical tape. Start from almost exactly at the handle. Make sure you line it up as much as possible. And there we go. And that should be perfect. Let's see. That is a beautiful looking paddle. And now you know exactly what goes into making the perfect pickleball paddle for tournaments, growing your game, and what everyone's trying to do now is go to the pro level. And once again, I use the Carbon 1X with the elongated handle. It's awesome, especially because I came from tennis, and I have nothing to say but absolutely great things about the Carbon 1X brand. And thank you for coming to the corporation, the best community. It's Jenry Nation, and I appreciate each and every single one of you for watching the video, liking, commenting down below, and please let me know what I could have done to make this video better. I'm trying to make each video better than the last. I appreciate everybody. Thank you for sticking around, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, almost forgot. Check it out down below. I have a video talking about what are the essentials in the pickleball bag and what bag you should get. Peace.